Okay, so to share a farm or use Silo, what I'm going to do is I'm going to say open farm, and I'm working in Shady Lane Farm. This is my farm. I've been working in the, this is the diet that I want to use and I want to share with someone else, namely Alex. So I can say proposed diet or I can say implement. Implement means this is being fed. Propose means I'm working on it. So I can click on proposed diet and that sends it to my silo. So if I click on go to silo, so this is me. And if I go into silo, I can click on farms and I can see Shady Lane. So I can click on Shady Lane, and this is a read-only, so I can go and I can see all my lactate. I can see my rations that I'm currently feeding that I had pushed to the silo before. I can see mixes. I can see feeds. I can compare rations across farms, or I can compare feeds across farms. Also, at the bottom of your silo dashboard is this tool. Tools is a working feature in this, and so you can take your phone or you can take your iPad and you can press on body condition score, say new score. I'm working with Shady Lane and their lactating barn. And then I would be able to walk cows. So I could do it in whichever system I choose. I like 1 through 5. And you do 10% of the group or a minimum of 10 cows. I say next, and I can just walk through the group and pick out 10 cows and say submit. It gives me this nice graph, and I can say save. I can add new scores. I can go back. I can look at history. So I can go back to all these that I had been working on before. I've done this a couple times now. So I can see them and graph them. It does the statistics right there. That one I didn't do anything. You can print this. You can put a trend line in. So that's a really nice little tool that you can use on farm. There's also the particle size calculator. So if you're doing the shaker box and you have the 4 screens, you can do a single sample. Again, I'm going to do Shady Lane. I can see the pan, and again, it does the statistics for me. You can look at the history, and if you have multiples, you can see that. There's also a farm visit. So this is a farm visit document. I don't know if I have any of these set up, but it would be a questionnaire that you would ask at every single farm. So when you walk on farm, why are you in business? Where do you see yourself in 20 years? Whatever would be questions that would be pertinent to your team. So you could set those up. If you don't want to, you don't have to. So going back to nutrition, so remember I sent that farm, Shady Lane, to Silo, and now I'm going to log out as me, and I'm going to pretend to be my coworker Alex, who I shared this with because I implemented the diet and I had him look at it as well. So this is Alex's board. And so he would be able to also go in and he would be able to see that farm. The only way that he would be able to access or make suggestions in the farm would be if he would go into nutrition So I am going to sign out as me. And I'm going to sign in as Alex. Spell it wrong. So now I am Alex and pretend I have a beard and whatever. I'm a coder. And he wants to see my farm. So what he would do is he would go download Silo Farm and he would look for Sadie Lane. And if it's not in here, it's because he might already have it. These are all the farms that got pushed up that he never downloaded to mess around with on his system. And that's okay. So he also has Shady Lane. And I can go into recipes, but what I'm really interested in is if I go to this ration viewer. In the ration viewer, I can go barn, I can check. These were proposed. These are the dates and times. I wrote the lesson in this yesterday. And again, if I leave this and sign in as Alex, I can go to this farm and I can see Shady Maple or Shady Lane. In Shady Lane, I'm able to see the lactating group. And I can see every time that it got proposed or if it got implemented. So this is where it got proposed in a different way. So if I want to, I can look at that. And I can look at that. Beside that, I can see what the difference would be. I can say, well, it doesn't look like there's much changed, or I would be able to see maybe there is something very changed. But the key to it is when you're in nutrition and you're here at this home screen, you can either open a farm that lives on your computer, or you're going to be downloading the farm from Silo. If someone pushes up information that on a farm that you're sharing, when you open, you can say update Silo farm, everything's up to date. Keep going. If you want to share the farm outside of your organization, outside of your company, you'll hit share Silo farm, put their email, say okay. That's going to allow them access to that farm for however long you allow it. So it goes back and forth, and you can use that as your backup as well. But what's really nice is this ration viewer. This you can use as your backup because remember, there's not a backup file anymore. So every time you hit propose or implement, that saving or giving you a time point, starting point. So you'll be able to go back. So I could say, oh, gee, what was I doing back here in April? And I would be able to go there and see what I did April 10th. And it looks like I actually did change quite a bit. So if I want to go back to that, I could say apply. And then that's going to be my working diet. As you're going through, if you get stuck on anything, you can let us know. One more thing I wanted to talk about in Silo is there's an activity log, and you can see who does things, who downloads, who uploads, which person it was, what they were doing, those sorts of things. And that's pretty neat. And as admin, you can manage farm access. So you can see who has what farm and who has access to what farms and how long. If you have any other questions, you can always let us know. I think Silo is really functional, especially if you're collaborating. But if you have questions, you can always let us know. Thanks.